Hello everyone, it's Miss Chung. Today we're going to be looking at energy changes, and I've got some exam questions for us to look at today. Our first question is an energy change question, quite closely linked to the one in chemical changes because it's got reactivity series in it. It's got reactive metals, which is in chemical changes, but it's very closely linked to energy changes, particularly the practical. So we're going to look at this practical again, which is the practical of the polystyrene cup. So let's have a look at the question together. So it says, this is a method used. We measure 50 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid into a polystyrene cup. So straight away, we should know it's the practical where we have the cup and we have our thermometer, the lid, and it's inside a beaker. So stop from toppling over. It then says measure temperature of the hydrochloric acid. This is our initial temperature, as in our start temperature. Add 1 spatula of metal, so 1 spatula of the metal powder to the hydrochloric acid and stir. Then measure the highest temperature the mixture reaches, which is our final temperature. And then calculate the temperature increase for the reaction. Usually this is a mean. So this actually tells you here 3 more times, then you'll calculate a mean often. And then repeat them again with the different metals. But I thought we have this question on because it's a nice recap into reactive series. It's also nice to look at this practical again, but this practical is part of energy changes. Right, the question has provided us with a table. We have 3 metals. We've got our temperature increase, we've got our mean temperature, and we've got an X. Our first question, it says, calculate the mean temperature increase of X for magnesium in the table below. So we're looking for this number here. Do not include the anomalous result in your calculation. So this question specifically specifies that we don't include the anomaly. So we're looking at magnesium. It's here. So we got 54, 50, 37, 55. Now, an anomalous result is basically an outlier. So it's right here to note. So anomalous result is the outlier, or a result that stands out, doesn't fit the pattern, or let's move it a tiny bit to the side, doesn't fit the pattern. So we've got 50, 54, 37, 55. The clear outlier is 37, as you can, the rest from the 50s, and this isn't. Now we have to calculate our mean. So it'll be 54 plus 50 plus 55. And because there's only 3 results that we're using, we then divide by 3 to get answer of 53 degrees Celsius. And you write it down here. If you included your anomaly in the calculation, you would still get marks, but I believe you only will get 1 mark if you did do that. So go specifically to not include the anomaly. That's how you get 2 marks. Generally, when we do these mean calculations in chemistry, we don't include the anomaly. That's throughout. They don't have to say this to you and say do not include the anomaly. Usually they don't, but it's expected you do exclude the anomaly when you do your calculations, particularly in higher paper. So the next question, now we've got our results and we've got our temperature. So we write our temperature here as well, so we can see. So that's 53. The next question, just sort out the camera a tiny bit, and we can see the table still. Determine the order of reactivity from the results. We've got cobalt, magnesium, and zinc, and now we just put them in order. Our most reactive is the highest temperature, which in this case will be magnesium. Our next highest number at 18 is zinc, and then cobalt at the bottom. And that's just 1 mark, just giving a conclusion to our results. Right. Right, next question we got, which is question C. Hold over. Now it says here, the range of measurements either side of the mean shows the uncertainty in the mean temperature increase. Complete the sentence, use the table above. So we're still using the information from our table. The temperature increase for zinc is 18, and this symbol here is our uncertainty symbol, and this means how much over we are or how much under we could be. So this is actually the uncertainty symbol, which is a plus and a minus, and just means plus or minus. The same in the phrases give or take. So we look at our results, and I'll go back to our results for a second. And when it says here, we are looking at zinc in particular. So we're not looking at any of the metals, and it's quite easy to confuse that we might be looking at the mean and look at the mean of all of them. It's specifically zinc. So we're going to look at zinc. So you can see I've circled zinc. So I'm looking at zinc, and it's saying what is uncertainty from 18. So if we look at our lowest result we got is here, which is 16. Our highest is 20. So plus or minus, so the highest I could get is 20, that's by 2. So it's plus 2 to get to 20. It's also minus 2 to get to 16. So my uncertainty is 2. So it's plus or minus 2 degrees. My next question is, what type of variable is the volume of hydrochloric acid in the investigation? Is it controlled, dependent, and independent? Now, the volume of hydrochloric acid stays the same throughout. And that is mentioned in our method, that we only measure 50 centimeters of acid each time in each repeat. So that means it stays the same. So that has to be our control variable. If it's asking about dependent is what we measure. And then independent is what we change. Number E says, suggest one way of improving step 3 in the method to give results which are more repeatable. More repeatable means that the result, the method is valid. So if something is repeatable, it's valid. If it's valid, what do we do to make things valid? A second. So if something's repeatable, it has to be valid. To make things valid means fair test, ultimately, but we won't use the word fair testing anymore in Key Stage 4. So to do that, what do? It's what we keep the same. So we will reflect back onto our method. Our method, here we've looked at the beginning. This is my highlighted version. So we got our measure 50 centimeters cubed each time, and we got that written down as one of the controls already. And then as we read further, we've got our temperature, first temperature, final temperature, we stir it. The other thing we add is the 1 spatula of metal powder. So the other thing we can do to keep it the same is add 1 spatula or add the same amount of metal powder each time. So one way to improve, and it's only 1 mark, despite there's loads of lines, there's still only 1 mark. So 1 sentence is enough. So use the same amount or mass, and let's actually use mass. Mass is better. Same mass of metal or powder every time. our next question F is our energy profile diagrams. 1 second, let me focus it. I'm going to have to start the video again. Let it focus.